I'm going to be sharing with you my scalping session. We're looking at S&P 500 mini futures. And as a price action trader, I need to start with the overall market structure analysis. And I can see that we have structure that is creating small trend ranges, but each time we break lower. So this is basically a form of a weak downtrend because we are making lower highs and low lows. And for this reason, I'm drawing spike down and a channel pattern. We have few confirmations here. It also fits pretty well. So you can see we have push phase and correction phase. So I'm only thinking about selling. I'm not really thinking about buying. We had a new high, the highest high of the correction. This is what gains your attention as a trader because this is where you start counting for entries to go long to fail. We have a new high, first entry long, break here, failed, lower high here, but it's a little bit too big, gigantic bar. I was looking for failed second entry long, they never formed, and now we have new low. So I'm going to reset the count at the low if I count for entries to go short. Our channel had a overshoot, which means I respected the bullish pullback. It can have stronger correction. However, we keep pushing lower and we keep pushing lower. It's not acting like overshoot. So I'm going to dismiss the overshoot. And what I also like doing, maybe locating channel like this. Let me see. Doesn't fit that great, but because we're going quite sideways here, this is really the area where the bottom dropped. So I may result using this. And now because there's no overshoot, I can resume looking to go short. Resuming the video because we have another overshoot even for our a little bit steeper channel. So as you can see, overshoot can generate stronger pullback in the opposite direction. You can see here the EMA held, here the EMA held, and here we broke above the EMA. So you can see that the bullish pullback is stronger here than here and here. So one leg break. I do expect second leg. Once we reach the second leg, I definitely expect break of a trend line. Once we reach the second leg, if we push below EMA, I'm going to expect to go lower. I'm going to be looking for a lower high, preferably failed second entry long to test the new low for this downtrend. But once I see overshoot, oversold area, there can be stronger pullbacks. I have to be a little bit careful now. Overshoot leads to equal break. Now we have break below EMA, so I'm looking for failed second entry long below EMA to test the new low. Or if we're going to push too far down, then I'm going to reset the count to low and I'm going to look for second entry at the EMA. Either way, this downtrend is in play and it needs to get new low according to trendline rules. Alright, our downtrend played out with the break and new extreme exactly as we expected. Everything played out, so I'm going to pause looking to go short. It was too bearish for me to take reversal. This was very strong bearish trend down. So I'm not thinking about reversal. This looks like area of development. So I'm going to wait for a bit and see what is the next information provided to me. If I'm going to draw a wider channel like this, fits pretty well, but at the bottom I would have another overshoot if I'm going to draw it like this. No bounces here whatsoever. So this is something I take into consideration, but as of right now, it's a little bit too early for this. So let's see what's going to happen. But if there is no reversal, we may have bearish continuation. So I'm definitely not thinking about buying. You can see nice price action pushing below EMA. So I may still think about prices continuing working lower because this was significant push to a new extreme, very strong leg down. So you can have a few more pushes lower. Resuming the video as I'm trying to take the failed second entry long. Okay, we got filled on the limit order. I use deep limit. Okay, we got the scalp instantly. So I'm gonna tighten my runner to break even. This is just a bonus. And wow, I didn't manage to move the runner in time. We actually managed to get the runner as well. So this was a failed second entry long. You can see we have a push down, another push down, another push down. And instead of buyers reversing, one reversal attempt failed, another reversal attempt failed, another reversal attempt failed again. So I drew a trend range, we have a break new high, we're coming off the range highs, and because we traded down 100 points, over 100 points, it makes sense to expect bearish push down with this resistance, first entry long, second entry long failure, limit order for 10 ticks because the bar wasn't the strongest. Unfortunately, I didn't move the runner, but you can never be mad about taking profit, so I'll take what it'll give me, and we'll see if we can get another setup soon. We have a spike and a channel pattern working lower. I had one earlier a little bit tighter with the break new low, but we have clear breaking new high, 2 legs up, and the wider channel fits okay. So because the trend is so bearish, I can draw this channel. In fact, I'm considering failed second entry long. It's not the best one because it's almost at the level of the lower high, but I will try this. The bar doesn't seem that big. Right, traders, so I took the failed second entry long, new high. Here's the mini first entry long, pullback, second entry long failure. We bounce off the trend line, so I'm giving this a shot. Once again, I prefer to have first entry long, second entry long failure. We have one leg down, but I'm scalping only for small scalp. Stop loss has to go one tick above the signal bar. You have a spike and a channel pattern working lower. I'm a little bit worried if there's a break in new low, then this failed second entry long doesn't make much sense, but the risk is not that big. We had a decent runner So I will risk this trade and see if I can get away with the scalp or not. The bar is quite good, but it's a little bit more aggressive than the first one I took. So let's see what's going to happen here. Perfect. We got our 8 ticks now. It was a little bit more aggressive, so I took only 8. Okay, our runner got hit at break even. I didn't really want to risk going for more because, like I said, it's not the best trade, a little bit more aggressive because it formed after significant push down. And what if this downtrend has a break new low? But we fortunately managed to get out with the scalp. This is why when I'm taking an aggressive trade, I'm lowering the risk because this trade is not as high probability as you would like. A lot of conflicting variables. Okay, I'm looking for a second entry short at the EMA. This one needs new low, and the big channel like this needs new low as well. So two channels would need new low. Uptrend played out, so I'm gonna observe how EMA holds, and if I can get a second entry short to EMA, I will sell. I came back from my break. We have big 2 legs up. Now we have push down, so now I'm looking for new low of this big downtrend and following this short-term downtrend right here. The bigger pattern takes precedence, so it makes sense for us to right now focus on selling again. Okay, so we have correction that played out at the break new high. We have a lower high, but it's too steep, and the lower high is still part of this consolidation, as you can see. So I don't want to take this lower high into this support. If I'm gonna get some really strong failed second entry long, I can consider, although I would prefer some breakout pullback, or maybe I can consider selling if we reach the top here combined with the trend line. Alright traders, so I decided to enter a little bit aggressively on the retracement because, as you can see, the push down already happened, the scalp happened, and we bounced off the support. But because we have the trend line and the range highs, hopefully we can still get that push down eventually. I normally don't like entering on a retracement like this once the scalp already happens, but we have the resistance, we have the trend line, it was a decent bar. The support is smaller pattern, smaller key entry point than this bigger trend line. This is the bigger trend line. So I'm betting more on this trend line, but it doesn't look good for us. I'm gonna pause the video, let you guys see how the trade developed. Okay, we need one more tick. Oof, we were close. Come on, a few more ticks. Okay, so we got the scalp. And I'm gonna tighten the runner to break even. So if I'm gonna zoom out, you can see we have the secondary channel. The main one should still get new low, but because it's quite late, I doubt we will reach it. But I'm connecting all of these swings at the top. We have a key entry point here. We're coming off the range highs. And once again, the support is not significant as much because this right here is the bigger pattern. So I want to focus more on selling. It would have been better had I sold somewhere higher, but this bar closed in the middle, so I had no choice but to use limit order to make sure I'm going to buy a little bit higher, because even though the support is not significant, we've been going sideways for quite a while. I don't want to risk selling at the very bottom in the middle of the range like this. And you can see, honestly, you can even use deeper limit order, so you sell real high, because once you're in a range like this, you want to sell high, not far down. So let's see if we can get the runner, or we're just going to chop sideways towards the close. Alright traders, our runner got hit at break even. Alright traders, I'm going to wrap it up with my 3 trades. Okay, so this is the overall structure for today. Today you saw me trading pretty much the whole session, so it doesn't take a long time to explain what happened. But we had first decent setup right here. You would have overshoot like this, but it's not acting as overshoot, you have push down. Okay, so this is telling you, okay, there can be bearish continuation. You skip the first second entry short, and then you have lower high after overshoot was negated, consistent rejection at the EMA. So this is a good trade, first lower high to consider. Then we have to be patient here. There was nothing to take advantage to test the new low, which is unfortunate because this would be a nice runner down. No good setup here. I decided to mark this failed second entry long. Even this lower high can be marked a little bit more aggressive if you're a more advanced trader. I wasn't fully trusting the price action just yet. I waited for the failed second entry long as the stronger trap. There was another failed second entry long. This spike in the channel pattern needs new low. This was aggressive trade for me. We were going 2 sideways, but I managed to get small scalp. Breaking new high. Here I was expecting new low for this downtrend, but you push back above EMA, so we have to explain why. So we're going to draw brand new downtrend, and you have new low, first entry short, second entry short failure, brought to like a pullback, visual one. This uptrend is new high, so another great setup. The reason why we didn't make new low here is because the trend down was quite strong and bigger patterns have bigger corrections. Then you have a breaking new high, so you can't really take any long. You have area of development, you wait for the next market cycle. And then the new market cycle started, which is bearish trend down. You saw me taking the failed second entry long double top. Actually, this is a second entry short, not failed second entry long. New low, first entry short, second entry short. Fell breakout, break below EMA, so we have lower high, fell second entry long, and a second entry short because the downtrend needs to get new extreme. So we actually had 3 winners to finish the day with, so great setups to finish the day with. Overall, decent price action, not that easy, but there are decent setups to take advantage of. So I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you had a good trading day. I'm going to talk to you next time. Good luck in your trading.